Okay. My name is Nikolai Coster-Waldau, and this is what I call the biggest no-brainer in the history of the world. Now, let's start with some bad news. Climate change is happening right now, and it's going to change the world as we know it. But there's good news too. We already have the solutions to stop climate change. We just need to act really, really fast. Now, back in 2015, world leaders agreed on the most ambitious climate deal in history that aims to limit the global average temperature increase to 1.5 degrees. But since then, well, I kind of miss normal weather forecasts. Floodings, melting glaciers, forest fires, extreme summers, all caused by climate change. And still, the use of fossil fuels like oil and coal is on the rise. Last year, we hit an all-time high in CO2 emissions, and hundreds of millions of people still have no access to electricity. Seriously? We can do so much better. If we focus on sustainable energy efficiency, and electrification, we can provide 90% of the CO2 emission reductions needed by 2050. 90%! Luckily, it's time to meet again at the UN Climate Action Summit in New York. Already now, things are getting into motion. Governments, cities, and companies are working together on energy transition. Being green means business. Solar and wind energy are now cheaper than fossil fuels thanks to amazing scientific progress. Record amounts of investments are going into renewable technologies, and citizens worldwide are putting pressure on governments and companies to take action now. So this time, politicians need to bring more than just speeches to the summit. They need to bring action. So energy transition lies at the heart of solving the climate crisis. And by going from black to green energy, we'll reduce air pollution, improve global health, and protect biodiversity. When more people get access to sustainable energy, it creates economic development and new green jobs. And yes, energy transition isn't cheap. It requires massive investments, raised ambitions from governments all over the world, and commitments from companies, investors, and civil society. But if we take action now, the reward is a more sustainable and cheaper global energy supply. If we don't, it's going to cost us a whole lot more. And that's the biggest no-brainer in the history of the world.